Hello, beautiful people. Excited to come to you again. It's another exciting program, our favorite on the live shows, and this is Talk with the Missus. I hope you are as excited as we are today because we're going to be looking at some very uh, important things and that relates to the season that we're in. So we're going to take a few minutes, just to give a shout out to those who are joining us right now, and to give you also time to be able to share the broadcast on your page and invite people in. I'm going to let the missus, give a shout out as well and just welcome you as you join in into this evening's broadcast.
Hello, everyone. Such a joy, such a privilege, such a wonderful, exciting time to be with you again on Talk with the Missus. Like the husband said, Talk with the husband has said, it's really a great joy. It's such a pleasure. It's quite refreshing even for us because, like it's just an ordinary conversation that we would normally have. So it's such a wonderful time to be able to have that extension of our normal conversations with you. And you also sending in your comments and sending in your your different things that you want to send in. Now, do us a big favor. Please do write in who you're joining. Like this is, and where you're joining from, so that we can give you a big shout out on the show as well. Oh, hello, Sister Thelma. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Lovely to have you on YouTube joining us. And anyone else that's on YouTube, please do send in your hellos and your regards and tell us how you're doing. This is the third complete week of the lockdown. Monday will start the fourth week. That's for those that are in the UK. Those that are in different nations, because we do realize that this broadcast does go to different nations. I know some nations in Africa, just I think it's about 2 weeks now, or 1 week. Some places, some states in the US, maybe not quite total lockdown, and some are locked down. So let us know how you're getting on.
All right. So tell us where you are joining from on the Facebook front. I can see Okorakbode Amos, Pastor Amos, watching from Warri, Nigeria. A shout out to you. The rest of you, tell us where you are joining in from. Give us your name and just tell us where you are joining from. And whilst you're doing that, can you just share the broadcast on your page? Invite more people in. We want to get so many people in this evening's broadcast because we believe that the subject that we want to look at is very important, and we believe that will be impactful for many, many, many lives. So, just share if you have not already done that. Because you see, sometimes human beings, they just listen, they hear you, but they don't act. It is not. It's not.
But not you though. Not you. You're acting.
It's not the hearing that produces. It's acting on what you're hearing. I'm to be in a situation where you're telling somebody something and they're nodding.
Yeah,
but they're not doing anything. Yeah. And you're wondering, okay, are you hearing me? Are you actually listening to me? So
while they're doing that, we have the Okonwanje family.
Yeah.
And joining from Scotland, God bless you.
Great.
We have Ida from Wigan. Wow, amazing. Sister Chinwe, God bless you. Sister Ngozi Noron, God bless you. Charles Motto and his lovely wife watching from London. God bless you all.
Great. And we've got Amanda Apollon. She's put there, Alison Jordan. So you joining from Jordan, I believe. I hope I got that right. If not, then please correct me and let me know. So all of you are joining in. Give us a shout out. Tell us your name. Tell us where you're joining from and share the broadcast on your page. If you're on Facebook, just click the share button and you don't have to pay for it. It's free. So do it, okay?
Yeah,
And if
that's
you're on,
true. It's
yeah,
true.
it's very free.
It's so free.
And if you're on YouTube, then copy the link and
Yeah.
just send it out as a WhatsApp broadcast to people. Yeah, I can see that many of you are sharing now because I can see more people are joining in. Great.
Yeah, because we have doers on the line. That's why.
Yes, they're not
Well
just
done,
people who
guys.
are hearing, they are doers. Okay, so that's good.
Yeah, I have Mr. and Mrs. Handsome Okbosio. God bless you from all the way from Nigeria. I'm sure with their lovely three children. And we also have Sister Janice from London. God bless you.
Lovely. And we've got Alison. Okay, so we've got Amanda Apollon joining. So I'm joining from Fort Lauderdale. So she's from Christian Life Center. So
Awesome.
she's a member of our great friends, Pastor Tom and Candy Manning. Great. I think we should probably get them on the
Yeah.
Talk with the Missus show.
That would be nice.
Yeah, we can just hook up with them one of these days. We're going to see how to do that
That would be
and
really
get them on the live show and have a conversation with them. I think that would be nice.
That would be really nice.
Yeah, we'd
You
work
guys
on
will
that.
enjoy it. It will be
Yeah,
so much
I'm
fun.
sure it would be great to do that. Pastor Tom and the wife.
Yeah.
So we've got Alison Jordan, who is say hello, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, CLC as well. Great, 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 great. So we're getting all of them in. All right, so like I said, share it on your page. Let's ramp up the numbers, and we're gonna have a very wonderful, wonderful discussion. We've got Eyinaya Wadi. I hope I pronounced that well. Wadi is joining. Say hello from Raiding, all the way from Raiding. Lovely. Great. So today we want to look at COVID-19 and your finances.
Wow.
We're going to have a very in-depth discussion on it. We want you to participate. So that would be really, really important. We'd like you to participate in the discussion. And then we're going to try to finish the discussions earlier than we usually do. Usually we would have the discussion up until 8 o'clock, but today we're going to finish a bit earlier so that we can have time to pray. You know, because we think that it would be important to spend a few minutes, if it's just maybe 10, 15 minutes or 20 minutes of prayers, you know, based on the things that we'll be discussing. We think that that would be really, really helpful for a lot of people. So we keep welcoming people in. I can see a lot of people joining us. Give us a shout out, all of you who are joining. Send us your name. Tell us where you're watching from. And, you know, we would really love that.
Okay, I've got Deborah from Swindon. God bless you.
Great.
I've got Mr. and Mrs. James from London, FMC. God bless you.
Great.
Such lovely FMC family. We
Family.
love you
Yeah,
all.
we love the FMC people.
Yeah.
You know, great people of God. You know, you
Beautiful.
guys are
Beautiful family.
wonderful family. We miss all of you.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't seen many of you physically for a long time.
I know.
And
true.
we know we reach you out in your home, but we can't wait to have you back. And I mean, that's first Sunday. You better
Yeah.
come with your dancing shoes because I feel like we just start rocking out.
Yeah.
Maybe from
And
the
you
door,
know,
as
he
you're
can-
entering from the door.
If people that don't know, he is a very good dancer. A very good dancer to the point that before we were getting married, I was like, oh my God, our wedding day, I don't know how I'm going to dance because his dancing is just going to overshadow mine. And so,
I think I've been keeping a lot of those dance becoming
Yeah.
maybe
It's more reserved now,
with
but
the dance
before-
compared to before. Oh my God, before I was married. I was like,
he's a rocker, for the Lord. For the Lord. He's one of those that can literally dance all the way to the floor and still be like balancing, and you'd be looking at him and you'd be like, oh. So when I was getting married, I was literally, because I spent a few months or so in Nigeria before the wedding. We got married in January. So no, not a few months, a few weeks. So before Christmas, I spent it with my family over there. So I was telling them he dances well. So they're like, come on, don't worry, we'll show you some moves. So now show me some moves so that I can use. Then on the wedding day itself, they now came to support me with the dancing. I was like, you guys are the best. But anyway, so I'm sure that on that very day,
The first
the
Sunday.
first Sunday, everyone will be rocking.
We have to dance from the door. I
Yeah.
mean, literally, as you are entering in from the gate of
Yeah.
the premises, we should have music, just
Blasting from your
blasting.
cars.
From your cars.
As
We
you're
should-
turning off the key in
Yeah,
the
it should be
ignition, you're still dancing. Your car
Exactly.
should be dancing.
and stepping in. It would be nice. It would be nice.
Glory to God.
Great. All right. So, I'd like to welcome all of you. Many of you are joining us. All of you who are joining now, please share the broadcast on your page. We want to get as many people as possible in, and we would really love it for you to also. I mean, I like it when I see some people and when they
say
come
the
up.
name?
Yeah, no, there's this tag on the top that says sharer.
Oh, okay.
It just tells you that this is somebody who always shares.
Amazing. So
Yeah.
God bless you, Sister Josie
Josie
Martinez.
Martinez,
You're a
I think
sharer.
Beta as well.
Beta,
Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could see a tag on the top that says sharer. It just tells you this is somebody who always shares the show. So keep doing that. Keep doing that.
Yeah.
And we love it. We love it. You can promote yourself to become a sharer today. Just by every time you're on this broadcast, you share.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. So we want to look at COVID-19 and your finances.
Yeah.
COVID-19 and your finances. I think there are many things that COVID-19 has affected, and we're going to, in the coming weeks, we're going to try to look at as many as possible with an aim to be able to help and be a blessing to people.
Yeah.
We were talking the other day, whether we would be able to do even the talk with the missus more often than we do it now, and we would see, if it's practicable for us.
Yeah.
But there are many areas that people have been affected with the COVID-19. There is the mental well-being.
Yeah.
There is the having to deal with small space. I mean, I was having a conversation.
The confinement of everything.
Yeah, confinement. I was having a conversation with one of the sisters in church the other day, who was telling me that they were walking into their a block of flats. And they could just hear children, screaming and shouting and crying and all of that. And I said, well, it must be the small space, the confinement.
And they can't understand,
exactly,
depending on their age as well. They can't understand that, no, you can't go out.
You can't go out. Why they are confined to such a space. So you will find that there are so many issues that are associated with the COVID-19 situation. But today, because we can't look at all of them in one go, we want to look at, COVID-19 and your finances. What impact is COVID-19 having on people's finances, and what wisdom can you also learn or gain from the situation? So that, because COVID-19 is a passing phase, is going to end.
There will be an end.
Yes. But there are lessons that you can learn from it that can be useful for you in the future. So we want to be able to look at all of that and, trust God that somebody will be imparted. So, in your own view, what have you
learned,
maybe heard or read up or stumbled across when it has to do with finances as it relates to people and, the COVID situation?
Yeah, well, I know that, let's say with people before COVID-19 and during COVID-19, there's a big difference in terms of what they spend their money on. Because let's say before COVID-19, going out, having treats, restaurants, cinema, all the social kind of things that you would have even done. Even if you don't do that and you're at work and you get a takeaway, at lunchtime and all those kind of stuff, get a coffee, all those things tally up and they add up. But now, obviously, being in COVID during stage, all of that is no longer within your circle. You're not going to spend money on takeaway because they're not open. You're not going to spend money on restaurants, they're not open. You're not going to spend money on treats or beauty things. I've seen people that are actually learning how to do their eyebrows, like threading of eyebrows. They're learning how to do that. I was in Boots the other day, when near the beginning of the lockdown, and I was like, I'm gonna have to find a way to do these eyebrows. I didn't learn the threading, but I went there and I was asking them, what do you have for eyebrows? Because you need to know so that you don't look scary. You just wake up and look at the mirror. Oh, who's that? Oh, that's me. So you have to learn how to get those different things. So I found something in Boots anyway. And you just learning different things that you could actually do without, that you usually would have paid for, even a haircut, or going to this hair salon, or going to, the beauty salon for waxing or whatever. All those things, you now have to find an alternative to it. And you now realize, hold on, I could actually save a lot of money here from doing the DIY part of things. I was speaking to my brother the other day. God bless you, Pastor. Okay, I see you're there. I was speaking to him the other day, and he was telling me about how he's now, learned plumbing. And painting. He's doing all kinds of stuff in his house because the need arose, So you find that there's a way that you would. I think God has put in us the creativity and the survival mechanism. So if push comes to shove, you get it done, and you have to find a way to do it. But the issue is, because we haven't really been pushed, we're not doing it. We find other people to do it. Oh, I can't bother with that. I'm going to spend so amount and get someone else to do it. But now you can't, even if the money is there, you can't spend that money because nobody's coming. You can't go anywhere. So you have to learn it yourself. So I've learned that a lot from this time.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. The fact that, people are beginning to discover, because as I listen to you, what I can hear is that one, people are discovering things that they can do without.
Yeah.
And these were things that, there's no amount of teaching or counseling or instruction that would have gotten to them to believe that they can do without those things. As a matter of fact, they would have seen it as you are being mean to them.
Yes.
If you had said to them, don't do these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, suddenly, they are beginning to discover that actually,
I can do this myself.
I can do. I mean, look at the language that the governments around the world are using.
Yeah.
They say essential services
Yeah.
are the ones that should be open.
That's
And what
true.
do they class as essential services? They didn't class restaurants, as essential services. Whereas when someone was trying to help you before COVID-19 to limit your visits to restaurant, you thought that there'd be, no,
it's an essential.
it's an essential. I need to go out.
My nails is an essential.
It's an essential. Right now, the government has defined essential. They have defined essential for you.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry,
Yeah.
your nail shop,
Yeah.
they didn't count as essential.
Yeah.
Visiting the restaurant,
Yeah.
they didn't count as essential.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Do you actually get it? So suddenly people are beginning to maybe understand the meaning.
There's a shift.
Yes.
There's a shift of
the meaning
priorities.
of what essential is. Because I would go as far as saying that the reason many people struggle financially is because of their appetite for non-essential things.
Wow.
When your appetite for non-essentials is so high, you can't make financial progress.
Yeah.
And I think people need to be able to come to a point where they can begin to actually then ask themselves, through what we are going through right now, what is really essential?
Yeah. Reevaluate.
Exactly, reevaluate. What are really the essentials in my life?
Yeah.
Essentials are basically the things you can do without. We were coming to the studio
Yeah.
and having this conversation, and I said, look, the government have said that, what do you call it? The food places
Yeah.
should be open. So the supermarket should be
Yeah.
open. Not restaurants,
Yeah.
but supermarkets, because their aim is to keep people alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the food places are open because food is essential. They say everybody stay at home because a roof over your head is essential.
Yeah.
Can you imagine some people actually owe their landlords rent?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas they've spent the money to go and buy, what you call it, Brazilian hair.
Yeah.
I mean, for crying out loud.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They've spent the money,
Yeah.
invested it on Brazilian hair,
Yeah.
invested it on makeup,
Yeah.
invested it on
expensive.
the expensive trainers,
Yeah.
because you know, as a gentleman, you have to appear in that occasion in a certain way.
Slay queens. I need to
Yeah.
slay. Yeah.
You have slay queens, you have slay guys also, because there are some guys who are just so. What is essential? No, because I feel that a lot of people struggle financially
Yeah.
because they don't understand the difference between essentials and non-essentials.
It's like this is like a big lesson that everybody is now learning
Yeah.
from their own habits, from personal experience, that, okay, I can do without this.
Yeah.
I can do without that.
Yeah.
I can do without that. And then you now be able to see how much you can actually save from not spending all those amounts every month
Yeah.
or every week.
So I think that's a fundamental thing that people,
Yeah.
and some people are just laughing here.
Yeah.
Alison Jordan said, very true. Ifoma Chomadu said, yeah, I have had a month of no visit to nail shop or had my eyebrow done. Oh God, and you're still alive. I mean, I saw your earlier comment. She was in the office.
Yeah.
So you can imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah, after 1 week of not being to the nation, she's still able to go to the office and work. And
Yeah. Her fingers are still all right.
Exactly. They've not suddenly
still
fallen.
work.
They've not.
They still work.
They're working. They didn't fall off your hand, did they? Karen Newland said, I'm actually saving on travel. 3 weeks now.
Exactly.
No bus pass. That is
Exactly.
£63.60.
That's it.
So far. Tenji's got the start. I'm going to give a shout out to everyone who has the status of sharer.
Yeah.
So Tenji is one of the people with the status of sharer. It means that she always shares, you know, the brokers. She said Brazilian. Then she's laughing.
That's why you have to go natural. I've had to drop all of that and just go back to the basics.
I just said,
I'm natural now.
slave queens. And then Beta, who is another sharer.
Yeah.
She says Slay Mama too. So they have Slay Mama. I didn't know that. Okay. Alison Jordan said, love the lesson on essential. Yeah. Great lesson.
All right. Let me do some shout outs. So we have Andrew. I'm not sure where you're from, sir. But Andrew. Oh, let me see the picture. Oh, yeah. From Nigeria. God bless you. We have Maria, Sister Flora, I believe I saw a name before. God bless you. Pastor K, he said that if you need plumbing tips free, then just... Oh, no, he didn't say... It said with a small fee.
You have to pay consultancy
Oh, okay,
fee.
consultancy. Sorry, it's not free then. Then we have Sister Caroline. Good evening. God bless you. We also have Grace all the way from Nigeria. God bless you. Pastor Andrew said, yes, essentials, well defined. Yeah, definitely. You have Sister Liz as well. God bless you. And greatest, wealthiest, successful. I like your name.
That's a powerful name.
Greatest, wealthy. Hello, what's your name? I'm greatest, wealthiest, successful. How are you?
Beautiful.
God bless you. Yeah. And Sylvie, God bless you, Sister Sylvie. God bless.
Yeah, so I've got some comments here. Doris Ungary, she said, "Good evening, my pastor. So good to see you. Blessings. God bless
God
you."
bless you.
We have Morineke Farrington. I've saved a lot from travel, honestly.
Yeah.
Amazing. Chipo, Jacqueline, talking about eyebrows. My husband did my eyebrows.
That's it.
And he did a good job.
Amazing.
Wow.
Well done.
We have to give a clap, for that man.
Who else husbands have been doing, or wives, vice versa, have been doing some amazing stuff.
Yeah.
My husband has done our two boys what's it?
Haircut.
Gave them haircuts. Really nice haircuts. Really, really nice. He didn't have two of the steps.
Yeah, but
so we had to
still.
order it in. So thank God they're still ordering things in. So I had to order it in. So by the next time it's gonna be proper. It was nice fade and everything. I was like, wow, this is really good. Then he's helped with some other beauty stuff. We were like, your beauty salon is he's doing really good.
Yeah,
really good.
I'm trying. I think now my wife and the children, what they call it? Daddy Beauty Salon.
No, Daddy's barbershop.
Daddy's barbershop.
Yeah.
But it's expanded now because I've done some beauty things. I've done some beauty things for you as well.
Yes.
So, so it's no longer just a barbershop. It's Daddy Beauty
And
Salon.
I have offered to do haircuts.
Yeah,
Cut.
we're still thinking about
We're
that.
still considering, since at least the boys, they're at home, then no one's going to see them. But in case...
No, but their haircut was really nice.
their haircut's
Yeah,
really
it's
nice,
really
but you
good.
can't do your own.
No, I can't do mine. Yeah,
you
that's
were saying
okay.
that if I do it, you come to church on Sunday and then it's not, it's not, or a Wednesday. And I was saying,
No, but it's good. It's growth. I mean,
Yeah.
I started with
Yeah.
Daddy's barbershop.
Yeah.
Now it's Daddy's Beauty Salon. No, it's true because I've done some things for Mrs. I've done for the boys. So I have at least 3 clients now, my 2 sons and my wife. The only client I don't have now is our daughter Atara.
yeah, because I'll do their hair.
Because you're doing her hair. So we have Chipo, Jacqueline, who said the husband did the eyebrow.
Yeah. Was it
Tennis-
threading or wax? Or what did he do? I'm interested.
Okay. It's good. Handsome Okposio said, setting priorities straight. Yes. If a Samuel said, nice job. Amanda Polon said, I beg to differ with the nail shop. Moya is another sharer, so we give a shout out to Moya.
God bless you.
She's got the tag there. She said, awesome. Abwe said, I last did my hair. That's Sister Agnes. I last did my hair in February, so I have saved so much.
Yeah.
Tenji said, natural is best. So we can see that actually there is...
You're learning to survive.
Yes, people learning
And
to survive.
Not just survive, thrive.
Thrive. I think that the key thing, though, is we're not saying that, you shouldn't look after yourself and all of that. But I think that from a situation like this, when you look at it from a financial perspective, it helps you to be able to see that, look, if I have a goal of a financial goal for a year or for 6 months, there are actually things I can do without in my life. And
whilst I pursue this goal.
Whilst I pursue this goal and not feel sorry for myself, not feel like, I'm dying, or feel like the world is against me. I mean, what would you prefer?
Or you feel like you're not enjoying something that
Exactly.
others are.
What would you prefer? Wouldn't you prefer, wouldn't you prefer that you actually set the discipline on yourself to be able to achieve something financially by denying yourself of certain things, than for coronavirus, COVID-19, to be the one that now is like punishment. Now put the discipline on you. That So I mean, people should be able to come out of this. Yes, COVID-19 is put it on you now. But I think it's more enjoyable. You will feel like you've achieved something if you can actually come out of this and do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Where you can say, okay, look, for the next, I mean, we had a guest minister in the church,
Yeah.
Pastor Larry, our friend
Okay.
Pastor Larry,
Yeah.
who is based in
Which one?
South Carolina.
Okay, South Carolina.
Yes. And that was last year, October. And he was
Yeah.
telling us how God spoke to him
Yeah, turn off the TV.
to turn off the TV in his
For a
house
whole year.
for a whole year, for
Fast the
12
TV.
months. Fast the TV. And I mean, it wasn't just him. He was not a single man. So he said, oh, he's a pastor, a spiritual. No, no, no. Himself, his wife, and his children who were young
At the time, yeah.
at the time. Young at the time. And for an entire year, no TV came on in the,
And they're not going to someone else's house.
they're not going to
secretly watch.
someone else's house to watch TV. Can you imagine how satisfied they will feel, how fulfilled they will feel at the end of it that they actually achieved this, as opposed to if TV signals suddenly went off for a whole year.
Yeah.
They will still do it at the TV anyway, but at that time it will be something that is forced on them and not something. So I think one of the big lessons that people can learn out of this is that you can actually achieve your financial objective, in a year. I mean, save up money. When I say financial money, you can actually save up money to do some big things. I mean, when I say big thing, maybe to open up another stream of income.
Yeah.
If you can, put a constraint
On yourself.
and not allow situations to be what dictates that constraint.
Yeah.
The reason that is important, I believe that, okay, we save to open up channels to invest. The purpose of savings should be to invest. Yeah. But, I mean, there are people who arrived in this coronavirus situation with their bank account on overdraft. I mean, I was reading an article the other day, and there was this family. They arrived in the coronavirus situation. The balance in the account, husband and wife, earning. One of them is working, earning. The other one, I think, is on benefit, earning. But the balance in the account, £39.
Overdraft or
No,
credit?
that's credit. Okay. 39.
Yeah.
39 pounds.
Yeah.
The man, his heart is beating. He was told by his work not to come in.
Because of his health condition?
No, not because of his health condition.
The coronavirus made him...
the coronavirus made the factory where he works to close. Yeah. He's not sure whether the factory can survive it. Okay. So right now, he's on the edge.
It's horrible.
Because if the factory doesn't survive it, he will lose his job. I mean, people are losing their jobs. Look at America. If I get my statistics right, over 2 million or 1 million people.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
In America, have lost their job already.
Yes. In the UK here, within a space of 2 weeks, the application for
2 million
benefit was over 1 million people.
I thought it was 2 million. No? Was it
No, I think it was over 1 million, like 1.2 or something like that. Wow. So you can imagine arriving. If you get a phone call, God forbid, you're not going to get that. But if you get a phone call tomorrow and you are told that your job is finished, we're sorry, we can't sustain it. Because even though governments like the UK and some Western nations are offering what you call it, furlough or something. Yeah, furlough. Okay, to pay 80%. 80%, again, I will come to that. To pay 80% of salary. There are some business owners who have sat down and worked out the mathematics and seen that it's not going to work for them.
Can't do it.
It's not sustainable. So they just shut him down regardless of that government offer. People now,
it's a business that can't stay open anyway.
Exactly. They can't stay open. They say, okay, for instance, we leave the way they survive is cash flow that comes in weekly. Now they're going to be short maybe for 3 months. Yes, you're paying the staff salary, but what of the other things that has to do with? So it's not doable for them. Their businesses are not going to come back again.
Wow.
So people, if you then get a phone call that your job is finished, how long can you survive? That people cannot survive for the first month. They can't pay their rent. They can't literally not survive.
Yeah.
Then there are those, okay, they accept the follow thing and they taking 80%. They're even thanking God and they're happy. And some
Yeah.
are people who could not pay 10% tithe. When they were getting their full salary, they couldn't pay 10%.
But they're now surviving on 80.
Because they felt, it's not enough. If I pay that 10% tithe, the 90 will not be enough. Now, they are going to have to survive on 80 and they're rejoicing.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, you see human being, sometimes we think we are more clever than God. So I think there's a lot of financial, I don't know if we can even finish it today, a lot of financial lessons to learn from this
situation.
Yes.
Yes.
People are living, one of our pastors sent me, Pastor, send me a video that I watched on YouTube. It was over an hour plus.
An hour plus?
Yes, it was like an hour, but it was an economic analyst who was giving an analysis.
Yeah.
And she was just talking about how people have been, will I say, deceived or prompted by politicians and society to live a life of debt.
Yeah. Yes.
So people are buying
I've always said it.
Yes.
All this credit here,
credit cards,
0% interest.
She said even herself at the time, her 6 months old child got a credit offer, credit card offer through the post. She's an American.
6 months child.
Yes, she got it in the name of the child. Shocking. So now, such people and so much debt, people have bought cars. Can you imagine somebody who went to buy a £60,000 car
on HP
or
loan or
in January or February? Now the car is parked in front of their house. They can't drive it, and maybe they've lost their job. So it's all of these things that people suddenly need to wake up to.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot to say, but let me let you say something.
Yeah, no, I think when you put everything into perspective, one, you realize that what you thought was essential is not actually essential.
Yeah.
Two, what you thought others needed to do for you, you can actually do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Three, there is actually enough money that you get to be content.
Yeah.
Now, the Bible talks about contentment, what's the actual verse?
It's godliness with contentment.
With contentment is great.
It's great gain, yeah.
Yeah, so being content. But even at that, I think there was a scripture where Paul was talking to the Philippian church, where it says, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me.
Yeah.
The verses before that, he was talking about, I thank you because you gave to me when I was in great distress. But even at that, I've learned to live in contentment when I have plenty and when I don't have. Yeah, I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
But it's that ability to know how to live both when you have plenty and when you don't have.
Yeah.
For me, it's the Joseph principle.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the book of Genesis, is the Joseph principle. When he was the prime minister in Egypt, having the understanding that even though we're in plenty right now, it doesn't mean we spend everything.
Exactly.
We don't spend everything. That's not the purpose for this much. Yeah, there's much and then there's lack.
Yeah.
This is not the purpose for the much. The purpose for the much is to still be content, but then you now have the opportunity to save more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're now stacking up and saving more.
Yeah.
So that when the season of lack and drought now comes, you can fall back on those years that you've been saving in the much. And you'll be able to survive it without being,
even beyond survival,
destroyed.
when you think of that Joseph principle, beyond survival, when the season of lack comes, those who are saved in the time of plenty, they are positioned to actually increase.
My God, you're reminding me of some things.
They're positioned to actually increase.
Yeah.
Because think about it, Joseph saved much for Pharaoh
Yes.
When the period of lack came, guess what?
It was the whole world. It was a whole world situation. Just
Everybody-
like this is a whole world situation.
Everybody was coming to Joseph.
Yeah.
The Bible says at a time, their money got finished.
Yeah.
People were now using their lands
Yeah.
and properties to buy food from Joseph. So the much that he saved, he was able to invest in the season of drought.
Yes.
Because by the time we are out of this, that
Yeah.
video that I said, I watched, this economic analyst said there are people literally who are contacting their mortgage company
Yes.
and handing back the properties that they bought,
Yeah.
that they've been paying for some years because
In
they can't
America.
afford in America. Yeah.
That's how I think it was.
Had something for him to be able to sow. If he didn't have something,